Good evening, everyone. I would like to call to order the regular meeting of the Monee Village Board of Trustees for July 28th, 6:32. And if we could please ask Pastor Dave Fettis if you would come up from Family Faith Church for the invocation, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's pray together. Dear Father, we thank you that you are such a good God, that you have given this community so many resources and blessed its people. We thank you, Lord, for everybody who lives in this community, and pray that they may flourish, that those who are in need may have those needs met, that those who are prospering may be thankful and joyful. We thank you, Lord, for those who serve this village in positions of leadership. And we pray tonight for this meeting, for our mayor, for the trustees, for the citizens who are participating in various ways. Give, Lord, your wisdom in the decisions that are made, and help them all to be the good of the village and done in ways that honor you. We thank you, Lord, for those who serve the village as police officers in fire and other safety positions, for those who are on the staff of the village. We pray, Lord, that all of them may be protected and blessed in their endeavors, and that they can serve in a way that really helps the village and protect the citizens who live here. We pray, Lord, that you'll cause everyone here to flourish. We pray that the Love Monee event coming up too, that's happening soon with the churches and village cooperating, will be of benefit and blessing to those who are here. So now, Lord, bless this meeting and all who participate. I pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. Please. Roll call, please.
Trustee Gonzalez? Here. Trustee Horn? Here. Trustee Razik?
Present.
Trustee Rakes? Present. Trustee Wilson?
Present.
Trustee Udris?
Present.
Okay, open to the public. Agenda items only, please. Feel free to come up. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. May I please have a motion to accept?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Razik?
Yes.
Trustee Rakes? Yes. Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Thank you, Donisha.
You're welcome.
I'm going to jump ahead to the mayor's report first before the clerk's report. Tonight, we would like to welcome our esteemed state's attorney, James W. Glasgow. Mr. Glasgow has a long and distinguished career during which he has implemented groundbreaking initiatives to investigate, prosecute, and prevent crime. He is serving an unprecedented 7th term as Will County's elected state's attorney. His commitment to the area's police canine programs is just one example of the many initiatives he leads throughout our county. It was Mr. Glasgow's initial suggestion and financial support that has brought Canine CAP into our community. And I know we are all very grateful for this. And before we swear in CAP, I would love for Mr. Glasgow to please come forward. And I believe CAP too. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mayor.
Thank you so much for being here.
Dog in here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
We can arrange that for you.
The handsome dog.
Well, this is the 8th canine that I purchased from municipalities in Will County.
Wow.
And they're ambassadors of goodwill. And, the chief in Rockdale, Chief Dykstra, he retired from a bigger department and came to Rockdale with 3,000 people. And he said it's like Sleepy Hollow here until we got our dog, and now everybody wants to meet the dog. And he says the other big departments are calling me for backup. And he says, I'm a policeman again. So, but again, the protection that they provide your community from drug dealers, when they know you've got a top-notch drug dog in town, they're going to go to the path of least resistance somewhere else. So there's just, I've got 5 dogs that work for me at the State's Attorney's Office. I never thought I'd say that, but in 2012 we started the Pause for Kids program for our Child Advocacy Center, and they're just miracle workers with those children. They come in, you know, in such terribly stressful conditions. And one time I was in there about 6 months ago, and a little girl, about 5 or 6, came in, and she looked just despair. And about 5 minutes later, I heard giggling. I looked out, and it was the same little girl playing with Jackson, one of our dogs, or wonder dogs, and she was in a different place. So she could go in and give a statement as to what happened to her that would be truthful and complete. So I can't say enough about how the dogs change things, and I'm glad you were able to, and I want to give Diana Kroll some credit here. In 2019, we were out here for the, what was it, Dogapalooza?
Mutamania.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
And we were talking about the whole issue of getting a canine for Monee. And so I'm glad it came to pass. And it's really cool having this bulletproof vest. That's something else I got to think about. Maybe I can help provide on in the future. But because the last thing we want is anything bad to happen to our buddy here. So, but again, I'm working on a concept called the League of Extraordinary Canines and Friends for Will County. And it would include, obviously, all the dogs that work for me, all the canines out in the field. And, you know, if you are compassionate and loving with a dog, you're going to be more inclined to do that to your fellow man, no question about it. And I want to try and get into the schools, 1st and 2nd grade, with coloring books and bring the dogs with us and really talk to the children, have them think about what it means to be kind and compassionate to an animal that's defenseless, that provides unconditional love and loyalty. And, you know, so I think it has a lot of potential to making this a more peaceful county. And I've got 4 dogs at home. I'm exceeding my limit, but I rescued 2 dogs. My wife went to a dog expo and comes home with 1 dog, and then there's a place in Shorewood, Wags to Wishes, and there's a little chihuahua in the back of a cage, and looked scared to death and real skinny. He'd been a breeder's dog for 7 years, and now he lives with us. He's filled out, and he runs the house, and he's the mouse that roared. So, but those 4 dogs got us through COVID, no question about it. I mean, I look forward every day to the various antics that they come up with. But again, that unconditional love and is something that we as humans can learn from. So thank you for having us out here tonight. And if you need any help in the future with CAP, we'll be available to help. And I'm talking with the state police right now. That's the next, again, the state police are good at hearing about things and then contacting you. So I think God knows that. But it really makes me feel good to be able to do it. You know, we've been very fortunate with our seizure money, and I'm not just going to let it sit in the bank. We bought transport vehicles for at-risk agencies, and I even bought a vehicle for the Veterans Assistance Commission. They needed a bus to get the veterans to Hines Hospital. Wasn't in their budget. And so, you know, I use this, what better use than the money I seize from drug dealers and money launderers to help our veterans and provide canines for local police departments. So thanks again for having us, and have a great meeting.
Jim, for you.
Thank you.
Jim. Hey, Jim, before you go for a minute, I just want to say on behalf of the community and especially this police department, thank you. What you have done for us as far as giving us a resource and a tool that will make us a better police department from day one. You know that better than anybody. And I think you kind of understate your League of Extraordinary Canines. This, folks, is a program that will probably take off around this country. I mean, he developed and came up with this idea, and his dogs, with their forensic ability and their ability with children, is like no other program in the country. He should be lauded for that. One of many programs he should be lauded for. But we are thankful and glad to be a part of that. thank you. Thank Carol Cheney for me. She was very helpful. Carol is his assistant in his office. Anytime I needed anything, I reached out to Carol and she took care of us. I'd also just real quickly like to mention some of our local businesses. Dr. Lindley Wessels, I don't think Dr. Wessels is here tonight. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it, Doc. Hiding in the corner on me. Her and her people at Animal Wellness Center have volunteered to take care of all of Cap's medical and maintenance costs and expenses. She takes care of him, and I think he's already been over there 2 more times than he should have, but she seems to like him, and that's okay with us. I also want to talk about the Macaluso family at CEF Pet Store. They volunteered to buy all of Cap's food this year and for the future. They're going to take care of everything he needs to eat. I asked if they wanted any more volunteers for that program. They said no. And I would like to mention Steve and his gang at Sheepdog Firearms. They have reached out multiple times to try and give us money and do something to help us sure that our program moves forward on its best foot. And finally, and not last, I want to thank Stacy. Stacy, stand up. Stacy is from Protecting Canine Heroes. Stacy runs a website and goes around the country buying these vests, Narcan kits, and trauma kits for canine dogs in need, for departments that can't afford it. And she came forward and asked us to be a recipient of one of her awards. So her company has completely taken care of this ballistic vest, a trauma kit, and she has told me that anything we need, just to give her a call. But she's done this for 25 dogs already.
Well, we've vested over 500 dogs and have provided both law enforcement and military over 1,800 trauma kits. We've taken care of Rockdale's dog, great dog as well. But yeah, we are firm believers that the canines they are a huge asset to all communities that they work in. They are a great deterrent for criminals. Nobody wants to mess with the dog. They may try to fight the officers sometimes, but once they see that dog, they kind of stop and they make a better choice. Thank you very much for your donation for CAP and for the Village of Monee. Greatly appreciate it. This is yours. And then we're also going to donate $500
Oh, thank you very much.
to the canine fund for him too.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
I just want to mention one other thing. We have a dog named Cash, C-A-C-H-E, and he's one of only 2 dogs in the state of Illinois that can smell the proprietary chemical in electronic devices. So if you ever have a case out this way where you're doing a search warrant on a tax evader, or a drug dealer, or a child pornographer, Cash can go in and find all of his electronic storage data no matter where he's hidden it. We did a search warrant in Kankakee, and the police went in and couldn't find anything. We sent Cash in 5 minutes. He found a secret compartment in the basement stairs where he had his thumb drive and his hard drive and everything else. So he's just another amazing canine asset that we have, and it's wonderful. It really is.
It is. Great program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don't start crying.
We are going to swear in 2 officers. The first officer to be sworn in will be Pat.
Okay.
I, Pat, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties as a police officer for the Village of Monee Police Department to the best of my ability.
Mayor, where's the mayor? Mayor, you want to get a quick photo with Cap?
Smile, Cap.
Yes, you know, you guys are too. Yeah. Cap. Everybody going. That's it. You grab it. He loves you. He just tolerates me.
Over there?
They can watch me and ball out. You guys need to be in.
Cap. You're Cap. Hi, Cap.
Cap. Yeah.
Perfect. Here's your
Yeah.
boy.
Start rolling. The dog's like, get me out of here.
So much fun.
Did you get over there, Sam?
You're out of uniform.
Here we go.
There it is.
Thank you. Okay, if you can please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Insert your name after I say aye.
I, Keenan Barstatus,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution. That I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
as police officer
as police
for
officer
the Village of Monee
for the Village of Monee
Police Department
Police
to the
Department
best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then we're gonna want a picture.
We'll get a picture right quick here with you, Mayor, if we could. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Keenan Barstatus. He is a 32-year-old that currently lives in Bensonville. We're about to change that. Keenan, or Kenny as he goes by, is a Chicago native who graduated from Wheaton North High School, and he's very excited about his opportunity to be in law enforcement. He will spend the next 4 months at the State Police Academy before hitting the streets of Monee. Kenny, I'm going to wish you good luck, and I'm just going to tell you something. Now you know how I feel, because ever since that darn dog got here, nobody pays any attention to me either.
That's all right. Get everybody in trouble. Jamal. Always up.
And just before I conclude my report, I just wanted to give a reminder of the Monee Chamber of Commerce Family Baseball Night. Of course, that will be on Saturday, July 31st, this coming Saturday at 6:05 p.m. The gates open at 5 p.m. It's $10 per person. The tickets are sold out here. If you'd like to get tickets, you can contact Lee Boswell, or he will be bringing more tickets up here. So as of right now, you can contact him at 708-421-1786. And then, of course, you can pick up your tickets here at Village Hall. End of report.
Thank you. Moving on to the administrator's report.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. First item on my agenda is Industrial Drive Area Sanitary and Water Project. Pay request number 4, it's a partial payment request. The village has received partial payout request number 4 from Aries Inc. for the Industrial Drive Sanitary and Water Project, invoice 25017. Robertson Engineering and the village staff have reviewed the request and have determined that the invoice 25017 is in substantial compliance with the plan specifications. Village staff and Robertson Engineering recommend that Aries Inc. is entitled to pay request number 4 in the amount of $116,029.80. Action requested, motion to authorize partial payment number 4 to Aries Inc. in the amount of $116,029.80.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Razik?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Thank you. Next item is a recommendation of award for the Ruby Street, Margaret Street, and Will Center Road water main improvements. On July 16th, 2021, bids were received and reviewed for the reference project. The bids were as follows. Base bid, open cut pipe installation only, Steve Spees, Construction Inc., $799,972.00. Aries Inc., $986,828.00. Iroquois Paving Corporation, $993,729.25. The alternate bid, directional drilled pipe installation with limited open cutting. Iroquois Paving Corporation's bid was $804,664.50. Aries Inc., $978,732.00. And that is the corrected. Math tabulation was off from the original bid as read, and that was $981,812.00. As noted in the attached bid tabulation, the actual low alternate bid of $804,664.50 is 12% lower than the estimated cost of $918,005.00. It has been determined that it is in the village's best interest to choose the alternate bid, which is the directional drill pipe installation with limited open cutting. The alternate bid would be less intrusive, causing less disturbance and restoration to residential driveways, front yards, and landscaping than the optional base bid. Therefore, Robinson Engineering and village staff recommend that the contract be awarded to the alternate low bidder, Iroquois Paving Corporation, in the amount of $804,664.50. Action requested is a motion to award the subject project to the alternate low bidder, Iroquois Paving Corporation, in the amount of $804,664.50.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I actually have a question with this. In regards to the directional drilling, Ed, is this the same type of drilling they did on Orchard Trail? Because I want to make sure that we have coverage on this for driveways and, you know, like we're dealing with on Orchard Trail where they popped every single driveway going down and making sure we have provision to cover our residents.
It is similar. It's a similar process.
But yet we're still preferring this over the open.
I wasn't involved in the construction observation and whatnot for Orchard Trail, but when the contractors, they were running the reams.
Can you come to the mic so everyone can hear, please? Thank you.
I just mentioned I wasn't involved in the construction observation. We weren't with Orchard Trail, but when they run their reams through, so they basically they send little bores through different size increments, and they have a slurry mix in there as well. And so it's supposed to not occur where you start pushing the ground up and whatnot, because you get your hole a little bit bigger than your pipe that goes through there.
But,
Yeah, because on Orchard Trail, I believe what they hit a fire hydrant as well, right, with this. And that's, I just want to make sure that we're covered in case we have an issue like we're having on Orchard Trail right now.
If they build according to the specs, there shouldn't be concerns.
Just real quick to add, that fire hydrant wasn't hit by the directional drilling. It was hit by a machine that was on the surface. It wasn't hit from underground.
Gotcha, thank you.
You're welcome.
and then this job too is kind of overseen by us and Robinson. NICOR wouldn't be involved in that, correct?
Correct.
We don't have to deal with them, right?
Still.
They're still in with you.
So my question is, and I understand, Jeff, how this is supposed to work in a perfect world, but in case of these situations where roadway is disturbed, driveways are disturbed, who covers the cost of that? That's the question I have.
That should be on the contractor.
Okay, is that in the contract? I'm not sure.
Well, correct, yeah, it wouldn't be following the specs. Okay. Essentially.
Understood, thank you.
Is there a way we could get more clarification on that in writing, that if there is something wrong, that the contractor will cover and make sure that it's correct?
Yep, I could talk to the contractor.
Please do that. Thank you.
Any other questions, discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Razik?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes, provided that they do cover that. So yes.
Thank you, Board. Next item under my report is a request to purchase heavy-duty steel barricades for village events. Through a coordinated effort between the Parks and Recreation, Police, Emergency Management Agency, and Public Works Departments, it has been requested that 100 8.5-foot heavy-duty steel barricades with flat bases be purchased for future Fall Fest and village events. The barricades would assist these departments with crowd control, maintaining necessary social distancing, event security, and public safety. Through much internal discussion with each department head, it has been determined that each department would greatly benefit from its usage at various events, programs, and projects. Additionally, if this purchase is approved, the cost would be evenly distributed between each of these departments to offset the full burden to any one lone department. It should also be noted that 4 vendors have been contacted for pricing, and only one company, Epic Solutions, have the steel barricades in stock. is in your attachments. Epic Solutions pricing is as follows. Unit price is $107.95. The quantity we wish to purchase is 100. The subtotal is $10,795.00. The shipping cost is $1,895.10 for a total cost of $12,690.10. And split 4 ways between each department, that cost would be $3,172.50. I'm sorry, 52 cents. The action requested is a motion to approve the purchase of 100 8.5-foot heavy-duty steel barricades for Epic Solutions in a total amount of $12,690.10, costing each department $3,172.52.
I will make that motion.
I will
second.
second.
Any discussion on that?
I have a couple.
question. Do we have to have two separate motions for this, since one is for department and the other is for purchase?
It's part of one motion, this should be.
It's okay, okay.
I did have a couple comments. So these barricades are designed, if you've ever been to Fall Fair, which I think most people have, we currently use snow fencing for this. And so this is a little bit better way to cordon off areas and do crowd control than using that snow fence. So that's why this has been brought before the board. I would like to make a comment, though, on the pricing, because we clicked on this, myself and Ed Johnson from Department of Public Works, and the price listed on their website as of, I think this is Monday morning, is $79.95. So I don't know how we amend this motion, but I'd like to get our unit price down from $107.95 to $79.95, makes a subtotal $7,999 plus shipping. So each department get a little bit of a cost savings there.
If the board deems appropriate, the trustee who made that motion would have to withdraw that motion, and whoever made the second, if one's on the floor, withdraw that motion. And then trustee Horn can make a motion indicating a price not to exceed, so that way it doesn't have to come back before the board.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'll withdraw mine, second. Or you,
Yeah.
did- one of us did it, yeah.
I think we tied.
So I'll make a motion that we purchase these for a unit price of $79.95 plus shipping. And I haven't calculated the total with the shipping, but the subtotal is $79.99. Or, I'm sorry, $79.95. Excuse me.
I will just say that it's different numbers, so it might be different.
Oh, different SKUs? Okay.
So see if there's any difference, I would think.
So why don't we make the motion not to exceed $107.95? That way we can work on this and
Yes.
figure out what's the best route to go.
Just round it off.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what we did already, before we rescinded it.
No, yeah. Scott, if you want to make the motion, not.
Yeah, I'll make the motion to
107.95.
approve this with the price not to exceed $107.95. That way we can look at
Each, yeah.
the lesser price.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Razik?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Okay, moving on to our officials' reports. Public Works, Trustee Horn, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The big news, well, I thought it was the big news, I think it is, we had a water main break on Court Street, corner of Court Street and Lynn Lane, Monday evening. That started about 9 p.m. And the DPW worked throughout the night to make repairs. The road was reopened approximately 9 a.m. Tuesday morning, so about 5 of our DPW crew lost the whole night's sleep. The four guys that were there all night were, besides Ed Johnson, our superintendent, Dan Trofinchuk, DJ Crizel, Calvin Munchow, and Nolan Nelson. So thank you to those guys for getting that break taken care of and taking care of that. Let's go back. Industrial Drive Water and Sewer Main Project. The sewer main installation has been completed, leaving the underground portion of the project substantially completed. The next phase will be to outfit the new lift station with pumps, controls, and a backup generator. While supply chain issues have delayed the delivery of these components, the contractor, which is Aries in this case, is installing temporary pumping equipment to keep the station running until permanent equipment can be installed. And Orchard Trail gas main project, that's continuing. It's slow, but it is moving forward, so we're happy about that. All the open holes have been backfilled, 2 driveway aprons have been replaced, and sidewalk replacements have been completed. And then Court Street resurfacing, the first layer of asphalt has been laid, second and final layer is expected to be paved next week. Sensor loops that control the traffic signal at Route 50 and Court were reinstalled today and are functioning once again. And then lastly, branch pickup. The next branch pickup is scheduled for August 11 and 12. Please place branches curbside no later than Monday, August 9th, and end of report.
Thank you, Trustee Horn. Moving on to Parks and Recreation, Trustee Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mayor. A few things tonight. The upcoming events, July 31st, this coming Saturday, of course, is the Love Monee event, and the shredding event, which is, a home shredding event, 9 to 11 a.m. at the St. Boniface Church. And please limit your donation to 3 boxes. July 31 also is and I think somebody else you mentioned it before, Denisha, is the Joliet Slammers Family Game Night, and those tickets are still available and would be available here at Village Hall by tomorrow. August 4th is our next Movies in the Park, featuring Land Before Time at 8:30 at Fireman's Park. August 7th is the Love Monee Food Distribution, Blood Drive, Medical, and Pregnancy Care event at Village Hall from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., so please take part in that. August 11th is the last Movies in the Park, featuring the movie Sing at 8:30, and thank you again to Animal Wellness of Monee for sponsoring all of these movies this summer, so thank you again. And last, but certainly not least, is August 14th is Poochapalooza, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Fireman's Park. And we still need rescues and vendors for that. If you have pooch-related items, to please contact Diana at 534-8002. Thank you. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is property tax assessments are coming in the mail the first week of August, and our Will County Assessor will be hosting an information night on how to appeal those assessments on Wednesday, August 18th, here at Village Hall from 6 to 8 p.m. So if you've always wanted to know how to do that, she will be here to give us some tips on that. And again, Fall Fest this year, September 10th through 12th, and there's a whole bunch of stuff happening this year that maybe not has happened in the past few years. So we're really excited about what's happening. And the whole theme this year, because it being the 20th anniversary of 9/11, the tribute this year will be to our first responders. So if you have ideas, and we will be needing tons of volunteers again, so please, contact us if you would like to volunteer, even for 1 3-hour shift. It all helps. Thank you. End of report.
Thank you, Heidi. Moving on to Finance, Trustee Rakis.
The general fund for month ending June 30th, 2021. Total revenue was $2,385,550.00. Total expense was $1,032,669.08. Reminder, property tax bills can be paid in 4 installments. First installment 1A was due June 3rd, 2021. Installment 1B is due August 3rd, 2021. Installment 2A is due September 3rd, 2021. Installment 2B is due November 3rd, 2021. On March 11th, President Joseph R. Biden Jr. signed H.R. 1319, the American Rescue Plan, ARP Act of 2021 into law. The new law will distribute $1.9 trillion in direct stimulus payments for state and local governments. The village is seeking to receive some of the funding allocated for local governments. These funds will be administered by the state of Illinois. The village is currently undergoing major technological improvements over the next couple of weeks. The village will be changing the way that payments are accepted online. The new system improvements will provide improvements in just about every area of the administration, providing more efficient and timely responses for the residents of Monee. End of report.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Economic Development, Trustee Wilson.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. No new business license have been issued since the last report. Seafried Industrial Properties is looking to develop their commercial property located on Ridgeland Avenue and requested the village's partnership. So talks have begun. End of report, Mayor.
Thank you. Building Services, Trustee Rasek.
No report tonight, Mrs. Mayor.
Thank you. Public Safety, Trustee Udris.
Thank you. For EMA, first off, wanted to announce that all of the Will County mass vaccination locations have been closed. So if you need any information or still need to or want to get your vaccination, please visit the Will County Health Department online for any locations and pop-up locations for those clinics. But just a thing to let everybody know, the Monee site here administered 9,344 vaccinations while they were open. So a big kudos to all of those involved in the village that helped make that happen. Excellent job. Monee EMA also has joined with Will County EMA in their D4H incident management system. This system ties together all emergency operations centers and EMA agencies within Will County. Monee now receives daily briefings and alerts directly from Will County at the EMA Emergency Operations Center. So thank you, Randy, for that report. So if you guys do remember, back on June 23rd, we talked to the board and brought up to consider the purchase of a portable speed limit sign. This will help the police department in keeping speeding issues a little bit more in check, as they do sometimes have difficulty sparing resources to constantly monitor problem areas like Ridgeland, Court Street, and other school zones. Agencies that utilize these feel that they're a very valuable and cost-effective tool for reducing speed in targeted zones. To give you an idea, a single system with a permanent mount can range in price from $2,500 to $4,000, or a mobile system can range from $5,000 to $7,500. This would not be a budgeted item, but I would like to ask it be put on the agenda for the next meeting that for the purchase of a mobile system.
Do you need a motion for that?
I don't know if we need a motion to put it on the agenda. Okay. Secondly, Night Out is scheduled for Tuesday, August 3rd at the Monee Reservoir. Monee PD, in conjunction with several other area agencies, will sponsor this community relations building event. Several children's events are scheduled, along with numerous displays. The Will County Forest Preserve is the primary sponsor and is organizing several outdoor events. Big thanks to Ed and Diana for their insistence in putting this together. I'll add, I went last year, and it was a lot of fun.
2 years ago.
Or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
COVID skips.
You skipped a year.
But yeah, 2 years ago, it was a great event. A lot of people showed up. I'd like to see a lot more. Bring the family, bring your neighbors. It's a lot of fun. Also, and finally, would just like to put out a reminder for all of our CAP fans out there. Just remember that he is a police canine trained in apprehension, and that while he appears to do very well in public, please don't ever approach him and try to pet or feed him without getting permission from Patrolman Crescenti. And don't ever approach him while he's in his police car or try to reach into the car to pet him. That is his office, and he is all business when he's in his office. But again, thank you to the community and thank you to everybody for the support in this important program. End of report.
Thank you, Scott. Moving on to the attorney's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I have 4 items for the board's consideration. The first item, if the board recalls, we are finalizing our transaction with Accent Construction, also Dave Contorno. This is pursuant to a settlement agreement that was reached, I believe, about 5 years ago. We are obligated to convey 2 lots to Mr. Contorno. These are remaining lots, Lot 73 and Lot 97 in Eagle Fair subdivision. Therefore, I would need I'm trying to close this hopefully next week. I would need a motion authorizing the execution of a closing statement for County Fair Drive, and pursuant to the agreement, the village is obligated to pay title charges in an amount of $35,7178. Need a motion authorizing the mayor to execute the closing statement.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Razak?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item, I won't go through the same scenario, but this is for Lot 97. In this situation, we need a motion authorizing the mayor to execute closing statement, and in this situation, a check payable to the title company in the amount of $2,003.50, and we are able to reduce the title charges significantly, but we need a motion to that effect.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Just a clarification, I think those numbers are transposed. I think the
Yes,
Cardinal
this
Court
one.
is 3571 and the county fair is 2003.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Roll call, please.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Razak?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item for the board's consideration, if the board recalls, we talked about possibly purchasing some tax delinquent properties in Eagle Fair subdivision. I received the 4 contracts from as they indicate, the Will County tax agent. The amount of each transaction for each lot is $791. So we need a motion authorizing the mayor to execute the contracts for 5015 West Cardinal Court, 5017 West Ribbon Drive, 4990 West Hawk Lane, and 4964 West Hawk Lane.
We need a motion.
Yes, please.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Razak?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. And the last item is authorization to start the drafting of a redevelopment agreement with Northern Builders. If the board recalls, Matt Krasecki from Northern appeared at the last board meeting, giving the presentation. They are under somewhat of a time constraint, but the pertinent terms of the redevelopment agreement would be, we would pledge, meaning the village, 80% of the tax increment to the project. There would be no interest associated with the payment. It would be strictly a developer's note, in that the village is not responsible. The only thing we're responsible for is that we put that money in a separate escrow account and pay the developer when the taxes are paid by them, and then we issue a check similar to what we do with the other TIF notes. They would be responsible for all professional fees. I believe there's about 9 years left on this TIF district. He is also, we asked about the occupancy, and in the event, he hasn't fully agreed to it, but we proposed in the event a building becomes vacant, that there would be an abatement of our payment to the developer. He's mulling that over, but I think it's, we might have to work on that a little. But that would give us some breathing room in the event there is a vacancy. Obviously, they have more incentive than we do, because they have a lot of money out there, but it would give them a little more incentive to get it occupied, and we won't have a vacant building. So those were the pertinent terms. What we would be looking for is a motion to allow me to start drafting the agreement. Obviously, I'll present it to the mayor and the board and Ruben for initial discussion. They might come in again. They are still, meaning Northern, they are still, I would say, they feel very comfortable with the one user they were talking about. So, time from their standpoint is critical, especially they can show the developer and the user that the village is serious with this project. So if the board deems appropriate, need a motion authorizing me to start drafting such agreement.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
So this is not a full agreement to move forward with the project, this is strictly to draft
sir.
it for,
Yes,
so
sir.
we can look at it for
Yes,
final?
sir. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Any other? Roll call, please.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Razak?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you, Larry. Any old business from anybody? New business? Let's move to open to public non-agenda items. Please come forward.
Hello, good evening. My name is Maria Abney. I am here to just touch on 3 brief points. I reside on South Egyptian Trail Road in Monee Township. And let me properly introduce myself. I'm excited and honored to serve the greater Monee area as the newly elected Chamber of Commerce president. So my main point in coming tonight, we've mentioned the Joliet Slammers event coming up, so that's an exciting event that I encourage everyone to attend. Just to tack on that, so for any Harry Potter fans out there, it's Harry Potter theme night. So if you have any Harry Potter heads, encourage you to come out. And then there'll also be a Mexican mariachi band, so that's exciting. Everybody loves Mexican and taco night, right? So again, that's July 31st. That's this Saturday at the Joliet Slammers Field in downtown Joliet. It's a very nice ball field. And then 2 other matters. So again, as Chamber President, I just took over from now Mayor Bogues in May, but I have a young family, so I can't always attend these events, these meetings. But I do want to encourage our business owners out there, or leaders, to attend one of our upcoming chamber meetings, just to connect with your business community, connect with your fellow stakeholders, and see if membership is right for you. We are a non-for-profit organization. We meet on the first Wednesday of the month, and our mission remains serving as a connector of our local consumer community, connecting our consumer community to our business stakeholders, to our Monee businesses. So I encourage business owners or managers to attend so that we can continue to thrive and support also our philanthropic efforts. So another main mission of the Chamber of Commerce is that we offer 2 annual scholarships to deserving high school seniors. So again, that is supported solely by our membership and the generosity that we receive through that and through the folks that support the Chamber. And with that, the last item I'd like to reiterate is just another event that's coming up. It's after our Fall Fest, but the Monee Chamber of Commerce is hosting its 34th annual golf outing, and that'll be on September the 15th. It's a Wednesday. So that'll be at Deer Creek Golf Course in University Park. Again, Lee Boswell, who's our honorary former president of the Chamber, he is our social chair. He has all the information on that, so encourage you to contact Lee. But we're encouraging golfers to come out, sign up, have fun, just have a nice day of golf. We usually always have good weather in September. And also for our business owners to join as sponsors. So we have things like hole contests and games and prizes, a dinner and awards are included as well. So it's a great thing that if you own a business, maybe you want to throw something together for your employees or perhaps some of your top clients. With the Slammers event, I myself, being an advisor, I invited my top 20 clients, and I'm treating them for a night out at baseball. It's just a nice thing to say thank you. So again, any business owners that might be watching this or thinking about how to say thank you to your clients through all these tough times, an outdoor event seems to be welcoming to everybody with COVID and this time that we're in. So thank you again for your time. It was nice to come up and introduce the chamber, but thank you again. We appreciate your time.
No, thank you very much, Maria. Anybody else? All right, at this time, I'd like a motion to move into executive session. Item number 1, 5 ILCS 120-2, C1, appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees. Item number 2, 765 ILCS 10-.01, sales and real estate contracts. So if I could please have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez? Yes. Trustee Warren? Yes. Trustee Razik?
Yes.
Trustee Rickes?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.